This is Russ with Etched Embers, and you're listening to The Loud Spot.
The Loud Spot podcast uses adult humor and adult language in its broadcast. It may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are idiots. Please don't take anything we say offensive or to heart.
Oh no! Oh boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, here with Don and Sam joining the episode tonight. We also have a band called Eton Embers. You know, I'm excited about them because, you know, they have a happy song out right now. Happy song.
That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible.
That song stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head
since the convention.
No, since before that, a little bit, probably a few days before that, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's been stuck in my head.
You sang it the whole entire convention when we'd go eat or drink or something.
Such a happy song, though.
It's a good song, and we're hoping that we can get some love from the terrestrial radio and Octane. So
that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. This episode is brought to you by Inked Nation. I was telling Don earlier, you know, it was like this Inked Nation tattoo convention that we're doing. It seemed like it was just kind of there. We weren't really paying that much attention to it. Then all of a sudden, she was, but I was kind of like, eh. And then all of a sudden, it's like a toddler. All of a sudden, it went from like a pregnancy to a 2-year-old walking around. About to be a full-blown teenager here in a couple weeks. It's just crazy how fast things start picking up once you put the word out there. So,
and Don says that it's more like a what are those things on your butthole you get?
Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoid. It's more like a hemorrhoid.
I was like,
sometimes.
I was thinking dingleberries. Or,
I couldn't remember the name. I
was thinking brown eyes. Yeah. But yeah, hemorrhoids. That makes more sense.
Yeah, it's more like a hemorrhoid for her and a child for you.
Somebody to play with.
Bloody stools.
Yeah, I've been suffering this whole time, working my butt off.
Enough butthole talk.
Yeah. Don't need to let anybody know.
Sebastian, what you got? What you got? I know you got a topic.
Well, you know what? I was reading an article on Loudwire.
First of all, that's a lie. You reading
okay, I was looking at pictures in an article.
Okay.
And made I read a couple highlights, then made my own story up about what the article was about.
Now, in reference to that, literally just minutes ago, I got a phone call from Sebastian that says, I can't find this video for Etched Embers happy song. Now, keep in mind, folks, it's in a press release sent to him, and it's also if you just use Google, you know, but he openly admitted, okay, I'm not really looking for it. I just kind of want you to give me the.
I was like, if I look for it any longer, you know what? I was thinking, let me look for this for another 30 seconds. I'll find it. You know what? I'll just call Sam and he'll send it to me. Yeah. Why you got to call me out though, dude?
Because that's my friend. That's who I love. And the thing is, what I like about Sebastian, he'll admit it. He'll be like, yeah, I'm not even really looking for it all that hard. And that's how I know. Just send it to him. He'll just get to where he was. But anyways, so coming back to it, reading, Sebastian does read, but it only has to get his attention for just a little bit to really
a good headline.
It's just the headline. That's all he'll read about it.
Which is weird because for work, my whole job is reading things and interpreting documents, and I'm really good at doing that. But that pays me. You know, this doesn't pay me. No. I mean, it maybe a little tiny bit, enough to buy McDonald's, which we're going to talk about later on in the show.
Oh, McDonald's,
not money, but McDonald's. But let's go on with the article. I was looking at pictures for on Loudwire, a band called Prodigy, which is making headlines again and is going on this big tour, which I was going to write down and I didn't. I think it's in France. right? It's at some big festival with a bunch of huge metal bands, and they're considered an EDM band, and I'm like, but they're kind of a rock band, rock EDM,
Right.
ED rock, erectile
rock?
dysfunctional rock music.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like the description EDM because that's what I think of is erectile dysfunction music.
When I think of erectile dysfunction, I think of Sam. No, I'm
That's right. That's right. My nickname is EDM, erectile dysfunction man.
Erectile Macintosh.
Yeah, that's right. The Macintosh. That's right. That's the name.
Macintosh. Anyways, but Prodigy has changed their lyrics up from a song "Smack My Bitch Up."
Yep.
Okay.
Big popular song in the 90s.
Big popular song. Now, in the 90s, still some places frowned on it. Okay. And I can see why. I could see, abuse and all that stuff. But they changed the lyrics to change my pitch up. Now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Change my
pitch, your vocals. Change your pitch.
Oh, pitch.
Change my pitch up. Change my pitch up. What?
Well, it is on vocals, but it's once you go into the recording studio and you can change the pitch and make it up and up and up. I don't think you can change it really live on stage that much.
Okay, but how hard is it? So what they're doing is they're succumbing to cancel culture,
right,
and changing their music. Now, the problem I have with this is this song has been around for probably 20 plus years.
Right.
I don't know exactly, a long time. And that was one of their big hits. You can't change the name of a song that helped get you your stardom. It's like Papa Roach changing Last Resort to something not.
I'm live myself.
Last Resort to Past P-Zort. Past all sorts.
Yeah, I don't think you can change. I don't think you should change at the end of the day. And people forget that this is art and culture and in that time and all those kind of things like that. So I think once you start to we saw what happened with Paramore when they took out the lyric because they don't feel like it fits anymore. But it's just, I don't know. It's
okay. Changing a lyric and then changing a song. I think the song is called "Smack My Bitch Up."
It is called "Smack My Bitch Up."
So now the name of the song has to change my pitch up. And it's like they're not reaching a new audience, I wouldn't think. I think they're still playing to their same audience.
Yeah.
40. And they will still be singing the original version of saying.
No, they're not.
No, they're changing the lyrics in concert and everything.
Well, I'm just saying, I sing along at concerts all the time. I'm telling you, that crowd is still going to say the word bitch every time they say pitch.
But do you think that maybe this is just a marketing ploy, a PR stunt, so they can get headlines?
Sam thinks everything's a PR stunt, but
it is, man.
They could have changed it to "Smack My Dick Up."
Right, you're right.
No one would have had a problem with that. Like, fuck yeah, smack my dick up.
But it's them just changing it in general is getting the PR recognition. If they said, hey, we're just going out on tour, they might get just a little bit like, oh, where you guys been for these last 20 years? But if they're saying, hey, we're going to change our song, and also, by the way, we're going on tour.
I wonder if like the singer or someone in the band, I think there's only a couple guys. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not very many people.
But I wonder if he got in trouble for domestic violence at one point in time and decided to change it to change. No, now if you would have changed it to "Lick My Dick Up," that would have also been an issue. That would have been an issue. But "Smack My Dick Up" is fine, I think. I just think
I mean, if he changes it to "Lick My Dick Up," I think he would have been able to accept the new thing about going to the other side, the LGBTQ. So maybe or maybe the sexual deviance of a lot of people on, like, I don't know, OnlyFans and FetLife. So I don't know. Who knows?
Is there a lot of other bands going out there changing their lyrics up from past music to modern day today? Change their lyrics up to fit with the times. I think that's baloney, dude. I don't like it. Personal opinion. I get it. I get, it's like people say the only 1% screams and 99% don't care, but they change for the 1% because they're loud. And the people who are the loudest get the most attention. And just ignore them. Just ignore them. The other people don't care. It's a song, dude. Like, I don't know how many people like beat up their wives listening to that song. A wife could have been like to her husband, "You're my bitch," and smacked him, you know.
That's right.
And maybe that's I don't know the controversy behind that, or letters or emails they received on hate mail. I would assume way more back then. I didn't even think they were relevant anymore. But I'm happy that they are relevant, and I also would love to see if they write new music. Let's get them on the podcast, Sam.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, just quite yet, because they are overseas. They are overseas band. But, I think one of the biggest ones, and it wasn't Paramore that when they changed their words, the biggest one that got me, and it's coming up Christmas time, was "Baby, It's Cold Outside." And that one annoyed the crap out of me, because we had all these people on the other side saying, it was, sexual assault. It was just a bunch of weird stuff. And it's like, yeah, you start to go back and listen to the lyrics and you're like, yeah, it is a kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of creepy now, but we're also talking, we're in 2000 plus. And that song was back, I don't even know, 60s, 50s, probably 40s. 60s, I don't even know who.
Could be 40s.
Could
be Frank Sinatra times. I don't know.
No, well, Frank did sing it, but there's been a lot of people that have covered that song up to this day. Now, what I didn't know that. What I have seen is, and Tiffany and I were sitting around. We were listening to the radio, and every Christmas time they have the radio stations that'll play Christmas all year for that whole month. So that song came on. I had Darius Rucker and someone else. I couldn't identify the female singing it. A bunch of people and I was like, well, I guess they're still playing that song almost the same way still. "Baby, It's Cold Outside. I should go home. My boyfriend will worry. My mom will worry. My dad will worry. All those kind of things like that. And I was like, wait, I don't think they really changed it. I think they resorted back to the original and don't give a crap. So
they shouldn't give a crap. And on that same note, because we got to move on here, but on the same note, Pepe Le Pew, that cartoon got canceled because he was a French. He was apparently a rapist.
He caught a case now.
Yeah, he caught a case. He's in jail with R. Kelly. And one thing I just want to get off my chest real quick, and I just noticed it while I was in the shower the other day. How come shampoo bottles always have shampoo, and then in French it says shampooing? It's like, yeah, it's shampoo. Like, why is it not in Spanish? Why is always shampoo and conditioner in English and in French when you read the bottle of shampoo or conditioner?
I don't know, but I do know one thing.
For products made in America.
We have stolen a lot of French words and made them Americanized.
French fries.
Liaison, rendezvous, those kind of things. So that's probably the reason why it's in French. I don't think it's because it's being distributed in France.
I think it's just because you're getting the bougie stuff. Because
that's exactly what it is.
No.
You got it,
no.
My poor white girl stuff don't.
No.
Yeah.
You read it.
Her
in
99 cents suave does not have le shampoo.
Yes, it does. You read it in French. You read it in English, and then it says "made in Mexico." I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Or eau de toilette, which is like a perfume or something. Anyways, let's get on with our first music break. This is POD featuring Ginger's Tatiana Shmaliuk.
Oh, you didn't even try.
I tried. Ginger's Tatiana
by POD, and I think you'll like this from the last one we heard from POD. So everyone, please enjoy right here on the
Afraid to Die.
Yep.
I decided it was time for me to live, but the hardest part is trying. They say you either get busy with living or get busy dying. You see, there's only one me, and I'ma be who I'm supposed to be. Nobody said it would be easy. See, I was never given given much, I wanna take that too. But everybody gets a chance, do what you gotta do. Can nobody take it from me? You make me wanna quit. You only get one life, no matter what, you better live it.
When you're with us, you're not alone. You're not alone, baby. You're not alone when you're with us. And
we ain't afraid to die. We ain't afraid of life. If the world is gonna end, you know that I'm bringing my friends to us. We ain't afraid to die. I learned a long time ago, life is a gift that I've been given. It's been me against the world, but I knew I'd never give in. Life can hurt, but ever since my rebirth, I stepped out of my way and discovered what I'm really worth. So I'm free to unwind while enjoying the ride. We catch your vibes and always down to have a good time. It's what it is, so stop living on the sidelines. Master of my fate, this is life, so I'ma live mine.
when you're with us, you're not alone. You're not alone, baby. You're not alone when you're with us. And
We ain't afraid to die. We ain't afraid of life. If the world is gonna end, you know that I'm bringing my friends to us. We ain't afraid to die. Nobody gets out alive, out alive. Nobody gets out alive, out alive, gets out alive. Nobody gets out alive, out alive. Nobody gets out alive, out alive. We ain't afraid to die. We ain't afraid of life. If the world is gonna end, you know that I'm bringing all my friends to us. We ain't afraid to die.
That song,
I liked
It-
it.
I liked it too. I liked it a lot better than the other song they came out with not so long ago.
Yeah. I was disappointed with the other one, so I was impressed.
So Sam's muted once again.
Always.
I'm gonna make a
Always,
clip. I'm gonna make a clip of me saying, "Sam, you're muted. Sam's
telling you,
muted.
every
Sam's muted
time.
once again."
Well, in my defense, I did kind of run back here. I was like, that sounds like it's going to end soon. And I was like, and then Tiffany goes, oh, yeah, it was a fast song. I forgot.
Yeah, it didn't lie. So I'm not the only one who doesn't do research around here, huh?
No, because I pick them as we're listening to them. I'm like, yeah, that one. Write it up.
It was a good
No.
song, but it was not a happy song.
Uh-huh.
Reference to the band coming on later on, but I like the screaming in it, and all
Yeah,
that.
Tatiana does a very good job from Ginger. And if you guys have ever seen her perform, she's
Ginger. What did I say? I said Ginger earlier.
Yeah, you said Ginger.
Oh, she's in a band called Ginger.
Yes.
Oh, you said Ginger. Okay, I thought
J-I-N.
I get it. I thought her name was Gingers. I thought it was Ginger's tot. Okay, my bad, Ginger. You're probably not listening. If you are,
No.
I halfway apologize.
She's that one that's heavily tattooed with a lot of geometry type tattoos all
What's
over.
that called, Don?
Geometry.
Oh,
It's a
called,
category.
but what is it called? Geometric.
Geometric.
That's right. I always F it up every time, so it's my fault.
Let's go back to the reference I made about McDonald's earlier.
Yes,
Oh,
McDonald's.
Lord.
I had it this morning. I had a
You
steak
need to stop eating it. And actually, whenever you go to California now and try to get McDonald's, there is a warning on the menu, the doors for employees, and the drive-through windows. just like the cigarettes.
Want to know how toxic McDonald's is? The government of California is now forcing them to post a notice on the entrance so that when people walk in, they're told how toxic the food is, including that there's mercury in the fish. This is like what you see on a cigarette package, except it's for food. Not only that, the employees have a warning as they walk through the employee entrance telling them that they're going to be handling dangerous chemicals that could potentially give them cancer. Take a look at these two videos made by a local California resident.
We are at McDonald's, and where the employees go in, they got a warning sign. And the warning sign says, entering this area can expose you to chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm, including gasoline engine exhaust and carbon monoxide from engine exhaust. Ain't that a kind of engine, or like a Pinto engine or something? And these are the facts. They're killing us. Even in the drive-thru. Morning. Certain food and beverages are sold. Boom. Bingity bam. Archilamide. Birth defects. State of California can cause cancer, birth defects, and other reproductive harm. Even in the drive-thru.
Want to know how toxic?
There we go.
Now, my thing is,
Hold on. I want to give a shout out to Kelvin747 who posted
Cole,
that on
Kevin Cole.
Oh, Kelvin Cole, thank you. On 747 on TikTok, who posted that video originally where we pulled it from, which I was gonna say, Sam, before the video played.
I know. I was trying to time it just right. I really was.
Let's just wait till we say, here's a clip.
Play that clip, Sam. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
But my thing is instead of putting a warning like on cigarette packs on restaurants, why is the FDA not changing the standards of McDonald's food? Because they've been in the news whenever the 99-cent burgers were out about putting things in our meat. I know me personally, whenever my kids were little, their food don't rot.
No,
no mold whatsoever grows on it. It does not rot. It just gets hard. And so many videos about it. Why is the FDA just not changing their standards instead of just warning us? We already know it's bad. Get it away from us.
Why don't what was that movie called Super Size Me? Remember that Super Size Me guy? Okay. It's everyone knows McDonald's is bad for you, and I try not to eat fast food.
I haven't eaten McDonald's in years.
I try not to eat fast food, and when I do eat fast food, like the other day, I actually had McDonald's, and I had the worst like diarrhea for like a couple hours because I normally don't eat. Like I will eat fast food. I just try not to when I don't have to.
I'm gonna call bullshit on both of you two because I've caught you going through drive-through for your kids at Taco Bell, which is just as bad. And then
Taco Bell, not McDonald's, and it was for my kids, not me.
Well, Sebastian does try to eat healthy because he eats at some bougie ass places. Which
everyone calls me bougie all the time. Okay, fine, I'll take it. That's fine.
Yeah, you know what? We'll blame you and your wife on the bouginess because that's how we all met, was bougie.
That's right. That's right.
But what drive-through was I in before I got my son's Taco Bell?
Whatever nasty food that you were eating,
it was Del Rancho. I at least know what goes in that food. I worked there whenever I was 15. Is
that like Del Taco, or is that
steak sandwich supremes?
Okay. So here's the thing, and this has been my complaint as a truck driver for the last 7 years. Food is not at the standard it used to be back even in the 90s.
No, because the FDA is allowing it.
And me as a newly crowned diabetic, where I question what the heck I'm trying to eat semi-healthy. I'm not eating crazy or anything like that. Our food today is not anything compared to even 20 years ago whatsoever. The ingredients that they use, from the ingredients that they use or anything. And here's the thing that makes me upset with all that is the FDA has every right and choice to create something and do something that's great and keep stuff out of the hands of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But they won't. They won't do it.
You know why?
Because they get paid. They get paid.
Money.
But see,
Money.
the UK doesn't. They have Fruit Loops just like we do, but they don't have all the added crap because they don't allow it over there. Why on earth would we allow it here? Why are we?
Because that's
bottom of
the
barrels
that's,
to get
that's
those
the
chemicals
society that. Okay, think about this.
that we created?
A lot of these restaurants, these fast food restaurants, were created here in America. So when they brought them over there, they're like, "Well, no, I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking." They're like, "Well, we can't have that in our food. Take this out." They started with that, but here they don't start with that. I mean, it's just already it's
Yeah,
it's in our
Do
in our
you-
culture. They don't care. They're putting money in their pockets. So population control, fuck.
Well,
kill 'em
okay,
off.
that's actually partially true. I do believe that wholeheartedly. But do you know? Have you actually read the FDA allows like a point something % of actual human remains in our food?
Oh yeah.
I always like
Human remains. I
Every-
mean, seriously.
every time I go to like
I
a
poop
food,
every time I eat.
every time
my
I go to like a manufacturer's place, I always try to cut a fingernail off and drop it in the food. The FDA doesn't care about this.
He brings his own cockroaches and flies. Everybody.
Yeah, hey, the FDA says it's fine, so here, let's cut
Yeah.
my fingernails right here. A lot of that could be also from employees not washing their hands after they take a crap and then not wearing gloves. Maybe. I mean,
A lot of it's from processing. I think one of the biggest ones that I had is Hardee's, Hardee's Carl's Jr.'s. When I was married at the time, the wife chipped her tooth on a piece of bone that was in a hamburger, and we're like, "Hey, here's the situation," and they said we're allowed up to 15% of non something that's not food related in our food, and we're like, we stopped eating at Hardee's and Carl's Jr. for a while.
Everyone knows how they make chicken nuggets with that little pink weird thing that they
That's
turn
right.
into chicken nuggets somehow. Yet we still eat them because when they make it, it comes out looking just like chicken. And we, as Americans, we're all about just fast paced, go, go, go. A lot of people don't care about their health until they're older. Unfortunately,
All of us.
yeah, I'm like, fuck. I'm in McDonald's so much in my life. It's not healthy. It's just, but you could hammer it down people's necks all you want to. How many people saw Super Size Me and
Right.
still
Ate it.
McDonald's constantly? In fact,
Still
that's
ate
one of the reasons why I stopped eating McDonald's so much. And I will eat McDonald's every now and again. It's just I eat it way less than I used to since high school.
Yeah,
Way
and I think you as Americans now, I can't speak for other countries, and none of us can. Do yourself a favor, guys. Try to eat healthy at home. Buy from the store as best you can. Even stores are still cutting corners now.
Except Walmart.
Yeah. But
Maybe.
eat healthy at home, and then only go out to eat, once a week or something like that. One, it'll save on your pocketbook, and then number two, it'll definitely be healthier for you. Why is your shit shaking?
Oh, I was
Sebastian?
moving my leg and my
Yeah.
hand is on my
He was
mouth,
tapping.
so-
He was
I was tapping a happy song, man. I can't wait to hear that song
He was
later
tapping
on.
that happy
But-
song. But in the meantime, let's take a look at real quick from a new song from a band that's actually new here to the Loud Spot called Magnolia Park. We had the chance to see them on tour with A Day to Remember. So this song, Magnolia Park, I forget the song title. Sebastian, what is the song title?
Fell in love on a Halloween.
That's right.
You were dressed like Sally. I could tell by your silhouette. You stood alone under the moon, smoking a half-lit cigarette. It was Halloween, sharing candy and secrets. It was you and me. All we had was this moment. Costume parties and movie nights, skull candles and hanging lights. All the things we used to do broke my heart, filled it with gloom. Fell in love on Halloween. Rocky Horror on the movie screen. Broke my heart on Christmas Eve. We fell in love on Halloween. I was dressed up
back to Walmart, you know, I was looking at, there's an article that I was looking at pictures that once again, lovedbycurls.com. I feel like we should reference who we get these things
We
from.
should. It's called correct journalism.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll be correct with it. They had a list of 22 things you should not buy at Walmart. And I don't know if we're going to get through all 22 of them. Let's discuss some of these. And some I kind of disagree with.
Huh?
And some I agree with. First on the list, and I do agree with this, is electronics.
Yes.
And that's
For the
because
most part.
for the most part, low prices, low longevity. I've bought
That's right.
electronics from Walmart before, and they either don't last very long, or sometimes because you go for, now they have brand names also, but if you
Right.
go for the cheap stuff, sometimes they just don't work. Like
No.
for this podcast, I bought a USB extender thing that had like all these. The wattage it put out wasn't even enough for any of the stuff that we're doing over here. I guess
Don, have you ever bought anything?
Anytime I check out and it says, "Do you want the warranty?" You know, pay the extra amount. I always say no because I bought the cheap shit and I know that it's going to break and I'm going to end up rebuying it.
I always buy the warranty. I'm guilty of that.
But you know, if I did, by the time I go to exchange it, I lost a receipt. I don't keep stuff anywhere.
Hey, within a couple of days after that, I am online. And so if you ever buy the warranty, you go online. It used to be a Spirit. I think I'm messing a Assyrian or Asperian or something along those lines. It's a company that handles the insurance for Walmart products, and you type in your receipt code and your receipt number and stuff like that. And I have it all logged, and it's been like that since I'm gonna say early 2004, 2003.
And I thought I was OCD.
Oh, Sam, I could see Sam doing that.
We get a new iPhone every year.
Even if I got the warranty, I throw the receipt away anyway. I don't need it. I'd rather just buy a new one than deal with the warranty. That's me. I'm ADD. I'm like, I don't care. Move on past that.
Yeah, and I will tell you that most of the time, Walmart stuff is pretty good, but there's a lot of times if it's an off-brand that you never heard of, it's most likely going to break on you. Just deal with it. You can decide whether or not if you took the insurance or not, especially with electronics, and go with it, or it's more of a headache because you got to give it back. You got to have it sent in. You got to probably package it yourself, if not take it to Walmart itself to do that. So it's up to you. I would recommend highly buying from there's a reason why you pay what you get for in electronics. It's not peanut butter, folks. It's not peanut butter.
Everything in life.
We do have Russ from the band Etched Embers in the studio in the background, but we're going to get through this conversation before we let him in here. So let's get through some of these other ones. Another one is designer collaborations. And that is because even though the designer does sell them at Walmart, a lot of times the quality isn't as good as what they would sell in another store.
I think this is a question for women more so than men.
I would agree on that one, especially with the perfume and the cologne and stuff like that. The smell does not last as long than if I was to go to Ulta and buy the same designer perfume. You know, I would have to agree with that. Okay. I think they dilute the stuff and still put their darn name on it.
What about the clothing style for women's clothing in Walmart, like the Jacqueline Smith collection or the Kate Spade or something like that?
So I am a Walmart clothes shopper because I am a single mother of kids.
Right. You got a budget.
Ross. No, I know Ross never has
Goodwill. They got good stuff.
Okay, I did now. Whenever my kids were little, it was Goodwill. Okay,
it's a collect-all at Goodwill. It's like Walmart, Ross, Target, and then bougie ass stuff.
I do find that Walmart clothes they do not last in washing machines. I will find holes in my clothes, and I'm like, I can make a pair of tennis shoes last me 5 years, but yet a pair of pants from Walmart lasts me about a month or two washing. And bras, I bust them in 2 months flat, period. 2 months, literally. I get 60 days out of a bra from Walmart.
I bust bras too. I mean, I buy one. Like
I'm
I
just-
buy the
I'm just
A
I'm
trainers.
just saying the quality's crap on their
Yeah,
bras
Now,
for sure.
here's one thing I disagree with about shopping at Walmart. They said that one thing you should not buy there is greeting cards, like birthday cards, stuff like
Right.
that. The reason was lack of uniqueness.
What?
Now, uniqueness should come from you when you write your own personal note in the card. The card is just kind of like a skeleton, haha, happy, funny, or lovey-dovey, whatever you want. But you got to write your own personal message. So I disagree with
I disagree with that too. I disagree with
greeting
that.
cards.
I think they have the biggest selection of cards.
You've never
for
been to a
all
Hallmark
occasions.
Yeah,
store,
I mean,
I
Hallmark.
have been to a Hallmark. The problem is they're all sappy almost to me. Like,
yeah.
I go
And
straight
they're
to
like
for the
double
comedy.
the amount.
I go straight for the comedy.
I think Hallmark makes more of their money now from their television shows than their greeting cards. Now, I do agree with this though. Packaged meats. A lot of times you'll get. I made a comment on a Facebook post that I deleted, or I wound up not putting it on there. Some guy was talking about how what should you get rid of? Steak, shrimp, turkey, chicken. One of those kinds of posts. You got to choose one. And he put steak because he's tired of always steak being chewy. And I was going to write, where are you buying your steaks from? Walmart. Now, me being bougie, okay, I know Walmart steaks aren't quality steaks.
Unless you get the London broil. You get the London broil. That is the best piece of meat that you can get from Walmart.
Well, I've never had the London broil from Walmart. In fact,
you just have to cut it.
But I will
Safeway,
I will buy steaks from Walmart. But their meat, sometimes it's bad. I've cooked meat there that was spoiled when you find out you put it on the grill. Oh, that doesn't smell right. It's not good. Walmart just
Didn't we eat some meat one time, Sebastian, where you said that exact thing? I don't think that smells right. I was like, shut up, we're eating it anyways.
I probably didn't
like a barbecue.
Probably. I'm sure I did.
I got him, and what I did was get him drunk. He forgot all about it. Like 30 minutes later.
I did not put that past you. But on the same food token, produce, you get your vegetables from Walmart. A lot of times you buy them, they're either old or they're not ripe yet. You lay them on your counter for a day, and then all of a sudden they're old. They're no longer edible. They weren't edible when you bought them. They're edible now.
I'm sure the number one reason why they're saying no produce at Walmart is because there's been so much media about their farms using pesticides, spraying their crops, their fruits, their vegetables. And that's why they're telling us not to buy from Walmart, is because we're getting poisoned because of the pesticides that they're using for those particular farms.
Well, why is this whole show's about like food you should not eat?
That's right.
In America.
And we're far from health nuts. On top of that, we're far from health nuts. So,
yeah, we are. But I mean,
well, I the thing is, as a trucker, I can only go to pretty much Walmarts. I can't go to a lot of places and stuff like that. And Walmart has become a staple item in most of our communities across America. Yeah, pretty much. Because you can it's a one-stop shop. You can get, your tape for Christmas presents and the Christmas wrapping paper and something for little Susie. I'm going to use little Susie. I don't know why. Sorry, Susie, if you're out there. Something for little Susie as far as like a cheap little present. And then you can go get your shopping done real quick as far as food.
How about Lil John? Yeah.
Little Johnny.
Yeah. So, Walmart's become a staple item across America. And it sucks that we're being cheapened, we'll call it.
I'm looking at Russ down there from Etched Embers messing with his green screen, trying to figure out what he's gonna do. He's like put one on there and he took it off. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." He's saying something. He's saying something. We'll get him in here in a second. I got two more things, and these I think are crucial. Footwear, shoes, things like that. I bought a pair of $7 shoes for work stuff. I had to buy some leather shoes. They were $7.
Like
and they were comfortable for like a couple of weeks. They didn't look good.
Are they loafers, like business shoes, or
no? They're just like work shoes. I had to go out in the field for something.
Okay.
So for electricity reasons, we have to wear.
Because I remember a time that you bought some like dude style loafer.
Hey, dude. Yeah, I still have those. I like those.
Yeah,
generic.
yeah, we went to Academy Sports.
Academy. That's right.
That's right. We went over there and he was like, hey, this ripped after like, I don't know, what was it, 15, 20 days, something like that?
No, yeah, they kept on ripping.
Yeah.
At Academy, I exchanged them 3 times to get my money's worth of the shoes. And the third time, they're like, you can't exchange these anymore. I was like, that's fine. Sell better shoes. Sell better shoes.
Remember we talked about Sebastian and the breakfast? Don't even get him started about shoes. He had way too many. His wife tried to give me shoes of his that I didn't even want. I'm like, I don't even wear these.
You know what's funny about that? The third time I turned them in, I didn't even clean them off. I was not wearing any socks. It was hot in the summertime. I said, I'm carrying this in. Do not open that box because these for sure do not smell right. No. That's my bad, but the ripping was their bad. All right, last thing I want to say, obviously we only covered a few of these, but you can go to what was the website's name? lovetobuycurls.com if you want to check out all 22 things they said you should not buy at Walmart. Last thing I want to talk about is over-the-counter medication, because a lot of those supplements that are cheaper, they lack in the amount of vitamins or medication that you need, which is why they're able to lower the price of the medications. Now, I'm not saying don't buy these from Walmart, but if you do,
double it up.
I'm not. We are not physicians, okay,
or doctors, or anyone that.
Pay attention to the milligrams. Okay, is that better? Pay attention to the milligrams. Make sure you're getting the right dose.
Spend a little bit more money, buy brand name stuff. Batteries was on the list also. They got a lot of cheap batteries over there, but Duracell, your brand name, the brand name for a reason. They've been around for a long time for a reason. For the most part, so if you're going to Walmart to do your shopping, what I would suggest, or anyone probably would suggest, is if you're looking to save a buck, and some people, sometimes you just got to save $1 here and there, tough times. But if you can't afford to spend a little bit extra to get better quality, then maybe you should.
That's right.
That's all I got on that subject. All right, now we are with Russ, who is in a band called Etched Embers. And from the beginning of the podcast, I made references to your guys' newest song, Happy Song. That is a catchy song. All I could sing is Happy Song. And your video is really cool. Also, you're moving around a whole lot of energy going on in there. So when you guys here's a question about the video. Was that a hard video to shoot?
No, it was super easy, actually. It was one of the most laid back shoots we've had. We always, Juan's great. And first off, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Juan's great to work with. I think the first video we went in, we were nervous. It was, we weren't necessarily new to the game. We shot videos before. I had, Chance and Christian were newbies, so they hadn't. But it's a lot of energy. It's harder than performing.
Well, let's let him let in on a little inside about your day prior to that led to the next day.
Well, yeah, we were at a show in Ottumwa, Iowa, and playing up there for the Halloween show there at it's going to escape my memory here.
It's going to Bridgeview Center.
Bridgeview Event Center. Yes, Bridgeview Event Center. With Machines. Bullet to the Heart was supposed to be there. They had to cancel due to some illness, but and quite a few locals there. So we pulled an all-nighter. We rolled out of there and drove straight through to St. Louis to shoot the video. So it was about a 5.5 hour, 6 hour drive, or 5.5 to 6 hour drive, and hit the studio. And we just sat and bullshitted for honestly the first 2 to 3 hours, I think, just talking about what we were going to do. We had a couple concepts that we had tossed around initially. And then when Juan had come back to me with the concept we used, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's the shit." So, and then I said, my main thing was I wanted to use happy face balloons in the video. That was my only thing. I wanted it to be in the live portion of the video, and I thought that come out cool. I had helium, but because it was in the trailer,
he sucked it all. He sucked it all.
It got cold.
Isn't there a helium shortage on Earth right now?
I don't know. I mean, Walmart had it. Well, I got it at Walmart. One of the things Walmart because it sucked. The helium was shitty. So, but I think it was because of the temperature. I asked Christian, our drummer, he goes, I said, man, does helium ever freeze? And he Googled, he was like, I think we're safe, man. Minus 450 degrees. Helium will freeze. But it didn't come out of the canister. You know, we had a big like propane tank style helium thing, and it was just too cold. So some of the balloons were like this, halfway up. You know, there were a couple that made it to the ceiling, but most of them just sank to the ground over the first hour.
And that's why I asked that question. Was it a hard video to shoot? Only because I was thinking you guys might have been up all night. I don't know why I thought that, but I have no idea where that would have came from.
Well, Russ is the type that if he's got a couple hours, and if he can make it, he'll make it.
Oh yeah,
you know,
I mean,
I can say I can book him a show, and it's like almost a 12-hour drive, and he'll go, yeah, I can still make it. Don't worry.
Wait, so are you saying he's easier to deal with than me? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
We've had some 10-hour in between show routes before, so that's,
I'm not going to compare apples to oranges. I'm just saying.
December 1st, that song Happy Song came out. You guys got a full album coming out called Obsolete December 15th.
Yeah.
So how many songs are on that one?
12 tunes, 6 new, 6 old. So that we want to kind of we would have dropped we went ahead and also dropped a unannounced 5-song EP from the early stuff of you know, when I formed this in 2020 essentially. But we wanted to showcase the new stuff we've been working on, but still kind of pay homage to the stuff that we had worked on over the 2 years. It was all done during COVID. I mean, we were so back and forth with, depends on who you talk to. Right. Are we going to drop singles? Are we going to do an album? What are we going to do? Some, you know, a lot of people say to stay on the single train, you know, just stay on the single train, which I like that because then we can just kind of keep pumping stuff out without a large budget. Mm-hmm. And we spread this out over about 1.5 years, 2 years. And but we got down to Nashville with Chris Dawson did the bulk of the CD. Some of the early stuff was tracked with Kevin W. Gates down in Springfield, Missouri, at Reach Audio. Produced by Dawson out of the Photic Studios. So I think Dawson's got 7 produced songs on there and 6 produced songs. We have 1 self-produced song on there, actually 2 self-produced songs, and then 4 from Kyle O'Dell down in Nashville from the May sessions.
Okay.
So we had one we actually tracked back in 2020, I think 2020, and we just didn't drop it. So that's kind of a sleeper track there.
I noticed Happy Song is different than some of your other stuff. It's a lot more radio ready, radio friendly. I mean, it's catchy. It just is catchy. And the first time I ever heard about Etched Embers was when I actually wound up doing you guys played the Dixon Theater. I did that little ad for you guys. That was the first time I heard of your guys' band. You were like was it a straight jacket or something you were singing in? That song's way harder and also super cool. And then Happy Song's a little bit different. So are you purposely trying to get more radio friendly songs, or is it just a song that just kind of came out from you guys?
No intentions with how we did it. I will say Manic was the one you're talking about. That's where I got the first Uncle Fester comment. Because
well, from this guy right there.
No, it was a YouTube. It was a YouTube.
No, I didn't know.
No, just YouTube. So that was self-produced completely, and that one was demoed completely and done exactly the way that we had done it in my studio, which is rare for us. I mean, Sell the Silence is pretty close. From Ashes was all pre-done. A lot of the early stuff, and then we just sent the tracks in and had them produced by that way, just remotely. We never even met Dawson until March of 21 when we tried to Bring Me Back.
Well, you guys have an awesome sound, and like Sam said, I was singing it the whole weekend long because it's just that catchy. I mean, Dawn knows, she was there. I just kept walking around saying Happy Song.
Well, I was
so mad.
I wanted to strangle him by
Sam was saying you're going to ruin the song for me if you don't shut up about it.
Don't do that. But
no, it's good. It's so good. It's just, it sticks in your head. I mean, it really, really does. I also, because we got to move on here, I do want to say you guys have played some really cool bands, and some of them that have been on the podcast, I want to shout out to you. Played with the Funeral Portrait. You've played with Kingdom Collapse. Both those bands are awesome. This band, Any Given Sin, has not been on yet, but Dawn over here and I were lucky enough to hang out with them and go on the tour bus and have some beers while they were in Oklahoma.
And their PR team doesn't respond back. So how about that?
I'll reach out to someone.
We got to play with Any Given Sin too. I mean, that River Quincy, super badass dudes. Been a fan. They used Dawson. He produced their stuff. So back to the happy song thing real quick. I don't want to. You talked about us, mental decision to make right. We were going in there with no preconceived expectations to Nashville. We did the 3 demo tunes. Happy song we wrote from the ground up, and it was a lot on the shoulders. Kyle Odell, he did a great job with it, but he made a comment earlier in the week. We're there for 7, 8 days, 9 days, something like that. He made a comment earlier in the week, and he goes, I think I keep hearing this happy song in my head. And he didn't really say anything. He kind of just did a little falsetto thing. Well, fuck, I thought about it all fucking week long. And the last 2 days, we were going to focus on the final track. And I'm saying, you know what? Let's drill down on that and just write one today. And that's what we did. We actually wrote it. I think it was 5-6 hours. And we left the studio a day early because it was done.
Sometimes the best stuff you just write just comes out.
So I wanted to give him credit on that because, man, it was
not out of Sebastian. He can't write best stuff.
I write the best songs ever. That's nachos. Anyways, happy song is about fighting the good fight. I think that's what I was told. So that's what I'm going with.
I think it's written somewhere out there. Yeah.
So that's what I'm going. Let's play happy song right now. Everyone that's listening to this is gonna love.
I'm wearing a fucking shirt. You won't see me go on stage or anything, but around the house, I'll wear this shit. So
let's do it.
Stay right there. Stay right there, and we'll be right back. We're gonna play this song. Stay right there, Russ.
Oh, I'm not leaving. All
right.
I wanna stay happy. About holding on, but those days are gone. Now you're moving on.
Forced to leave it all behind. Convince myself that I don't mind. You and I were always right. Till it all went down. Well, in this war we always fight. When bombs explode and the stars at night. Alone together we survive. Until it all falls down. I wanna sing a happy song. About holding on, but those days are gone. Now you're moving on. I can't remember where it all went wrong. We've lost the words to our happy song. About holding on. I just want to sing a happy song. Learning what was right is wrong. Remember how it started strong. We were living a happy song till it all went down. Locked days were numbered all along. No way there's love. sing them.
Happy song.
All right.
So much fun doing that, man. So much fun.
Real quick, Sam, I'm gonna cut this part out. We don't have a lot. We're already out of time, so I'm just gonna delete that part out and not ask about it on the show. We're just gonna delete that.
It's actually funny.
What about what part? What part are you talking about?
The middle, the interlude part where it is. Okay. I'll ask about it real quick. Give a quick answer. Then we're gonna get out of here. Okay. All right. But you still got to stay there even when we're done with the show.
Okay.
Okay. What was that called? Like an interlude? What's that? The middle?
Yeah, it's an interlude. That's what it's called.
Okay. All right. We are back with Russ for one last question after watching that video. What is up with that little interlude part in the middle of the song that seems to just kind of be there in the middle of a rock song?
Well, it's just in the video. It's just in the video. But yeah, we kind of crashed the set a little bit in that little scuffle there. So everything kind of fell over. So and then it was funny because initially it was really short. And then we liked it so much that Juan extended it out. But I will say the one thing that Lisa Wills brought to my attention, we needed the Jerry chant. Jerry in that. And I mean, I wish we could go back and put it in there. We may use that live though.
All right, so there wasn't a deal about the blow up doll that you guys roughed around.
The blow up doll did get popped. Yes, The blow up doll did get popped whenever she smacked the blow up doll.
Yeah,
and the attack I bought two. Because but yeah, the blow up doll, she had duct tape on the back of her head holding her together there after that. But yes, I forgot that, Sam. Yeah.
The story is they got a little too rough and they popped the blow up doll so they couldn't continue with the scene. So they had to put that little interlude in there. We'll be right back. I saw it today. Fun fact. That's how you learn. Man, don't share everything with you.
Yeah, I know. I've been asking all kinds of questions. Sam, I was like, well, hold on. Here's another answer to that same exact question you just asked.
Well, it's an add-on. It's the bonus. It's an addendum.
That's right. The bonus to the bonus.
Every time a band comes on the show from now on, I'm requesting someone a part of their team to be there.
That's right.
Give me the other answers that they're not saying to me. That's what I want to do. Yeah. All right. Hey, Russ, thank you so much for being on the Loud Spot. Everyone go check out Happy Song, stream the music, and check out their other stuff also. If you don't like that song, they got some harder songs also. All their songs, fantastic, great musicians and songwriters. So that's all the time we got on the Loud Spot. Peace out. Rock on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man.
Stay right there.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have his back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.